what genre is this? Is this horror? Is this thriller? What should they expect?
Actually, it's a psychological thriller which will give you the chills of a horror film.
You also backed this as a producer. When you were thinking of production, what kind of films you wanted to make? Is this what we should expect? Will there be a variety?
I don't have fixed genre that I will make, but definitely sensibilities of me as a producer will be in line with me as an actor.
You can go on and on about this. This is an OTT film, this is a theatre film. What is your take? What do you think?
Myself, a theatre going audience, I don't have a good retention span for OTT.
मेरी तरफ से पद्मश्री guaranteed है for that person who will get people to watch series formats in big screen. I don't know कौन genius ये करने वाला है, but जो भी करेगा मेरी तरफ से पद्मश्री तो guaranteed है. इनकी तरफ से राज्यसभा सीट guaranteed है.
My biggest marketing tool for this film is the film. I don't have any casting coup of sorts where it's sensational and controversial and all of that. Nothing of that sort to do. So my biggest tool is the film. So let me just show the film.
Absolutely, no, this is absolutely a great plan.
It's not about a debate of outsider and insider. I kept the name because I am an outsider.
If you get into production, do you have a counter view or you think you agree with her this year?
I wouldn't get into production. Never thought about it. It never excited me, never interested me. And then, see, it's a risky business.
Taapsee, Gulshan, welcome to Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. I have watched the film and I can safely say it's something different, something we've not experienced before as viewers. So a lot of hard work gone into it. Clearly it shows on the screen. Very well done, firstly.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I have not done any hard work. It was easy peasy. I just would show
Yeah,
up
he just
and
walks in and just like
क्या
does
मेरा
his thing
character
and-
like oh I did whatever I wanted to do.
Taapsee, firstly, do you want to tell the viewers what genre is this? Is this horror? Is this thriller? What should they expect?
Actually, it's a psychological thriller which will give you the chills of a horror film.
Okay.
Purely because of the visuals and sound design. There is no booth. In
Okay.
case you're expecting
Yeah.
that, because a lot of people when I call them for screening, they ask me, "अरे horror film नहीं देखी जाती हमसे." I said, मैं खुद नहीं देख सकती horror film यार. I don't watch horror films, so I'll not do horror films.
Right.
So it is not horror. There's no booth, nothing supernatural, but the thrills and the chills that you generally feel when you are watching a horror film, वो feel होंगी just purely because of the technicality of the film.
Okay. Are you a viewer for this? Are you a viewer for thrillers?
Thrillers, yes. Horror, no. Absolutely not. But thrillers, yes. I've been part of some thrillers also, and then I do like watching thrillers, and like it's a great genre. Like I think it's the closest that I can get to horror, क्योंकि मैं वहाँ पे लकीर खींच देता हूँ कि मैं ये क्रॉस नहीं करना, ये ठीक है, ये थ्रिलर का थोड़ा ही वो क्या था, वो कौन था, वो हुडी, अरे वो शैडो, इतना तक ठीक है, बट वो ऐसे सब आता है तो नो.
Right. Taapsee, when you also backed this as a producer, when you were thinking of production, what kind of films you wanted to make? Is this what we should expect? Will there be a variety?
I don't have fixed genre that I will make, but definitely sensibilities of me as a producer will be in line with me as an actor. So it's not like you'll see a film and be like, oh, this doesn't feel like something that I would do, like even as an actor. So the kind of films you've seen me as a part of, as an actor, you'll see the similar kind of films, the film that I'll back as a producer. Most of them will not have me as an actor. This by chance so happened after signing the film as an actor that somewhere midway in pre-prod, I decided to step in as a producer. But the idea was not to begin with this.
Okay. But good one to begin with.
Yeah, actually, a tough one, but good one, I
Yeah,
feel.
damn tough, and she's terrific in the movie.
Thank you.
There's a huge, we can go on and on about this. This is an OTT film, this is a theatre film. What is your take? What do you think? Let's talk about just this one. Is this a big screen experience? Can people enjoy as much?
Long format stories should be experienced in as big a screen as possible. This is my belief. हम लोगों को सिनेमा से प्रेम बड़े पर्दे से ही हुआ था. I do understand that it widens the whole perspective. It becomes inclusive. It includes a lot more people, and people are busy and on the go. You can see all of that logic. I do buy, But definitely, like, the paramount experience is to go into a cinema hall and experience something. If we can figure out a way to enjoy even like a series format on a big screen, that would be great. I think there are some ideas floating around, but we haven't seen anything. There is nothing that compares. You experience the visuals, the sound design, everything, the vibration, and you sitting. You having your own private experience while you're in the middle of 300, 400 people, sometimes 1,000.
Right, but don't you think like a lot of people say कि ये film तो मैं घर पे देखूंगा, like कोई any.
है, वो मैं खुद हूँ उसमें. Sometimes I do feel like I don't know, maybe I'll do that, but I still try and make it a point and go and experience, because every time I step into a movie hall, and like for example with this film only, I went into the screening and I was like, oh my god, like it's just, the experience is so different because I had taken out all the pages, I'm not there, so I didn't know what was happening, I didn't know the story.
Yeah, you only came with half the script thinking कि जो मेरे जहाँ dialogues हैं, मेरी लाइनें हैं, मेरी presence है, मैं सिर्फ वही वाला लेके जाऊँ.
But the fun part of that is that you experience the other scenes and other performances for the first time, because you don't know what's happening, and that makes me I'm more interested in watching. It makes me a viewer rather than like, oh, this is my work, oh, I could have done that shot better and all that. So when you go into a big screen and you experience the big visuals and the sound design and all that, and you see it vibrate and all those things, it really works. The whole entertainment is at a different notch. Yeah.
Right. Taapsee, this especially as a genre thriller, like यहाँ से आवाज आई, वहाँ खिड़की बंद हुई, यहाँ कोई someone crossed the path. These are the things that again one should watch on very good audio and video, right?
Yeah, true. It is what to do now. See, I myself a theatre going audience. I don't have a good retention span for OTT. I'll be very honest about it. Yeah, so I mean, they are doing a good job, all the platforms, for making it accessible for a lot of people who don't have theatres around. And there's still so many places in our country which they don't have theatres where they just one day they have to travel for hours. A lot of places there they are able to watch our films. So that way there's a flip side to it, which is good. But I'm talking about myself, which I've been a theatre going audience and I've enjoyed films. So even now, if I like this film, when it got released, I tried to open the film a week before for everyone I knew to come and watch it in theatre before it's available on OTT for the experience sake. If I get that chance for any of my colleagues' film which is releasing on OTT to have this opportunity to walk into a theatre and watch it before, I will any day prefer to watch it in theatre.
Right.
Because I don't own a theatre right now, so I can't play that thing in the theatre, but I don't know why I don't have the retention span. Okay. But the accessibility wise, yes, I realized that when my first film released on OTT, when Haseen Dilruba released on OTT, I realized the accessibility or the reach of that platform, where I started seeing the good side of OTT as well. So yeah, so you lose something, you gain something.
Right. And affordability also. You subscribe for 300-400 rupees for a full year or 6 months or something. Going to a theatre is expensive for many families.
Yeah, agreed.
It's great. I'm saying it widens the whole perspective, and it's also empowering to a lot of filmmakers. They can tell their stories, because see, the box office model is a very cutthroat business. There's always that axe hanging on top of your head. Ko 3 din ka na, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wo nahi hai. So that also liberates a lot of people. You can tell different kinds of stories. You can have more characters. You can have like 6-7 main characters, and wo sab hai. But I would definitely, मेरी तरफ से पद्म श्री guaranteed है for that person who will get people to watch series formats in big screen. I don't know कौन genius ये करने वाला है, but जो भी करेगा मेरी तरफ से पद्म श्री तो guaranteed है. इनकी तरफ से राज्यसभा सीट guaranteed है.
Are you someone who takes that axe thread that he was talking about, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, reviews, collection? This is not, this time the headache is not there.
This year, the thing is, I had 2 OTT releases and 2 theatrical releases, and clearly there's a huge difference in the amount of stress that is between an OTT release versus a theatrical release. But as I said, if I am myself a theatre-going audience, I would want my audience to come and watch the film in theatres as well. So, because in India, the theatrical or the movie star is directly proportional to your theatrical validation. Unfortunately or fortunately, that's the reality. Whereas OTT, as I was telling the other day to someone, Sudhir sir told me, Sudhir Mishra, that this is what speaks on OTT. You know, you can't have those The sound, the visuals, the 48 frames, the low angle, all this is not going to help you become the star. It's only this. So hence the OTT star definition and the kind of people who can become OTT star is a little different from the movie stars. So having said that, since I'm an OTT theatre audience, I would want to have that eventual box office validation. But as of now, I'm just in the process of gaining an audience, I feel. I want certain set of people to trust me where my products, whatever film I bring or series or whatever I do in the future, that they believe that if I've done it, it's going to be worth their time and money. That's all. I'm in that process of just gaining the trust right now.
Right. Amazing. Taapsee, when we do Hollywood interviews, when we do interviews for a lot of OTT platforms, they make sure we watch movies before we interview people. You made sure we watched the movie. What was your big reason?
Because my biggest marketing tool for this film is the film. And I've tried to do that wherever I've had the say. In this, obviously, because I'm co-producer, I could put my foot down and say I will not give interviews to anyone who's not seen the film, because I don't want to talk about random things. I want to. There's so much to speak about regarding the film. And the same thing I did. I remember in a couple of films before this when I did Rashmi Rocket, because Pranjal, my partner in Outsiders, was also the co-producer, and it was like our testing ground when we did Rashmi Rocket together. That also I made sure everyone saw the film before I gave interviews, and I think that is the only and the best way to do it. I'm proud of the films I do. I have nothing to hide. I want people to watch the film because I work really hard. We all have worked really hard, and it's a good product. So why shy away from showing the film? So I opened the film a week before. We released the promo 10 days before only, and people were like, "What is this plan?" I mean, because generally in Hindi films, people try to release the promo a month before. I said, I don't have any songs to promote. I don't have any casting coup of sorts where it's sensational and controversial and all of that. Nothing of that sort to do. So my biggest tool is the film. So let me just show the film.
Absolutely. No, this is absolutely a great plan. Let's talk about the movie now. I watched it. You both have such interesting characters. Gulshan, you want to start and tell the viewers what is firstly happening here? Where are you all? Where have you all shot this?
We shot it in Nainital, mostly in and around Nainital. And it was the peak of monsoons. It was raining all the time. The weather was very challenging and very depressing. But that adds a wonderful quality to the film. We really wanted that. The director's vision also and the maker's vision was to have that gloominess and that sort of that to the film.
Adds a little mystery
It does,
to the whole
and then
film.
like sab blurry ho jata hai. So yes, but on a personal level, it's not really the brightest, the best weather to work in, because या पहाड़ों में जा रहे हैं, आपको इतनी खूबसूरत वादियाँ ये वगैरह कुछ नहीं नजर आता, क्योंकि it's always like raining and foggy, and winters and summers are the best time to go to such places, such beautiful places like Nainital. But it really, when you watch the film, the geography of the film and the weather really is another character altogether.
I think it's the cinematographer Sudhir Chaudhary's expertise that actually a few frames. I don't watch monitors when I do a film. So for me, visually the film is new because I have not seen any shot. When I saw the film first time, I actually felt like ये green screen है क्या? Because it just looks so picture perfect. And I really feel Sudhir sir has added cinematography as one very, very important character in the film. So big credit to him for making the film feel the way it feels.
You 200 crore के DOP है अभी.
अरे हाँ, अभी दृश्यम 2 करके आए हैं वो तो.
Of course.
क्या कहना अभी?
We just got lucky.
I know. You don't watch the monitor because ever you don't like to?
No, I don't. Couple of reasons. First is because I don't think I know better than the director. The other thing is too many cooks spoil the broth. And the third is because when I see the film, I want to really feel the film as if I'm watching the visual for the first time. As it is, तुम क्योंकि खुद act कर रहे हो, तुम्हें exactly पता ही है what is going to happen. I might as well have something new for me to give into as an audience. So that's why.
True. You know, we have such contrasting. What was also interesting is that I think we worked really well, and I had this feeling that me and Taapsee will be really good together. And then I want you to say yes.
You all are great together.
Mind blowing.
But we have such contrasting styles of working. And this is the amazing thing about like doing cinema also, because she doesn't like doing too many takes. I don't mind doing 10-15 takes. I love it. I love repetition. I love watching the monitor, looking at myself, and I don't get like perturbed. And it's not about कि director को पता है नहीं पता है. I just want to see, maybe because I went to design school, I see frames as okay, this is how I am interacting with this space and things like that. मेरे दिमाग में वो सब चलता है. And it just never interfered with, like, you know, she didn't want to do many takes, I want to do many takes, but never was there a point where I felt or like she felt ki, I don't know, maybe she would have felt. But I felt ki, I don't know, I'm not really enjoying this or something like that. We have such contrasting techniques, but two professional actors coming together and making it work.
Professional actors, if you want, she'll do it. If you don't
Yeah, because
want,
you'll never get always your kind of co-actors or director or other technicians. And one major job of an actor is to be in sync with the other people on set, because it's a teamwork. It's not one person's job at all. And the moment I became the producer, even before that, when I was in the process of thinking as a producer, I realized that we actors take a lot more credit than what we actually deserve. It's actually the whole team who makes it look like the way it looks, and it's becoming clearer to me with every film that I'm doing that actors end up taking a lot of credit, and in the sense a beating also if it doesn't do well. There's too much of given or taken from only actors. This is an entire huge team. We are just one tool in the scheme of things.
We had a nice youthful team.
Oh yeah.
And credit to Ajay also. I think he's made a very slick, good-looking film.
Yeah.
He really. It is.
Average age of the film crew was under 35. Let me tell you that. They were all departments were like.
That does not include me.
Yeah, it was under 35.
Right. You know, this also comes from respect for each other. Like if you know what she was saying is that if you want some takes, if she doesn't want, you both respect each other.
He doesn't respect me.
Nonsense. No, because he already came with a heads up that he's other take nahi thi. मैंने कहा नहीं यार, I mean, if you wanted, why wouldn't? And more so, I was a producer on the set. Here I was typical लड़की वाले. Where with everyone's feeling that सब खाने में नमक ठीक है ना, सब ठीक से आए, सब खुश है.
You know, she has a process. It's very practical, right? And it's set for her. It works for her. So I understand that, like why she doesn't want to do. जो भी है पकड़ के रखो, आप 2 take में डाल दो जो भी है. उससे ज़्यादा मतलब जरूरत नहीं पड़नी चाहिए. And most of the time we all उतना ही है. 2-3 take में हो जाता है. But then it's just that I enjoy the process of repetition, and then for some reason she doesn't. Right. But that's totally fine.
Totally. Exactly. Right. Taapsee, since you're the one who doesn't see monitor again and again, when you saw this for the first time, has it shaped up, you know, from the time of narration, has it shaped up the way you thought?
So I saw the film only once before, like fully. I think first edit बोलते हैं जिसको, या आप first cut बोल लो. I saw that in the DI theatre, and that was a longer version of what it was without, you know, the set sound design and all of that. I did love the mood that it created, but at that time definitely I said it because I genuinely feel thrillers especially should not be too long. Because at no point audience should lose their attention, and that is where you're gonna. I mean, of course they need to be written well as well, but now the retention span is so low that I feel that, you know, there should be as short a film as possible, even if it's feature. So that was my only input when I saw it, and then the next version that they showed me after that was very like much shorter than what I saw the first version. So yeah, and it was that is when we saw it together, I think, at the screening theatre.
What's the finished version?
Yeah, the finished version with BGM and everything. I saw was we all saw it together, and I was like, okay, call the picture sabke liye.
And sometimes like it's also we all have our own way of like perceiving things, and then you should let the filmmaker finish their film and then watch it. I do understand that she was also a producer, and then sometimes this curiosity also is there. But whenever we watch something offline, we shouldn't take what we see to be like, oh, this is how it is. Because sometimes certain things will not fit. It won't, like, I mean, DI nahi hua hai, background score nahi hua hai, it's a rough edit, abhi fine tuning baki hai.
It took me a few years actually, and a lot of films that I've seen in rough to understand that how different can it actually look when it's eventually. There's so many films of mine, actually a lot of them last couple of years, that the directors show me like after the edit is done with reference BGM. And I always like the film, but I still have like 10 pointers of what I didn't like, and they keep telling me, नहीं ये इसके बाद सही लगेगा, जब finished हो जाएगा सही लगेगा. But I'm always like little doubtful कि अच्छा मतलब मैं समझ गई color अच्छा लगेगा, sound better सुनाई देगा, but how will it overall become better in terms of experience? Yeah. So ऐसे मैं समझ गई, वो भी brownie points दे के भी मुझे लग रहा है कि ये चीजें होनी चाहिए. But when I've seen the final product, I have taken my words back, thinking उनका क्या changes हुआ, कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं, सिर्फ वही DI and BGM and all of these cleaning up, so to say. And that really changed. So now, after so many years, slowly I'm getting a hang of how to judge a rough edit. Yeah, so it takes a little while. No? It's like, it's not an easy thing to judge rough edits.
Right. Lastly, Taapsee, I've interviewed you from your first movie
Yeah.
for almost every movie that you've done. And now we are sitting in front of an outsider film production.
Yeah.
This makes me very proud. Does
Thank
this
you
make
very
you really proud? We've come really a long way.
I've not really gotten time to sit and look back, honestly.
Just look back.
Yeah, me and Pranjal do have a conversation about it once in a while, especially since the time we got done with Blurr. Setting, every day we have a new bench. हम ऐसा कुछ करेंगे. अब next, we should do something like this. This should be our goal to reach here, or have this kind of a deal, or have reached this kind of position in terms of the kind of films we do. We do have this discussion like these kids who have just entered the candy store and want everything.
Startup.
It's like that. But yeah, I think I'll get too overwhelmed if I stop and look back. So I never thought, someone who never wanted to come into this industry, because I never thought this can even feature in my life. It's too big, for someone who's sitting out there in a middle class family of Delhi, who's always seen a regular service level family who will just go and get a 25,000-30,000 rupees check at home, will never be able to, never thought that this is even an option. I wanted to do my MBA so I can at least get a bigger check than what came home regularly. And suddenly from there to here to actually be cutting checks for so many others. So that is a journey that I think I'll get too overwhelmed if I look back at. So I just try to keep looking ahead.
A lot of actors get into production also to make sure that their career is safe and they will act well. You said you don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. It's very taxing mentally. I didn't become a producer to create opportunities for myself. By God's grace, I have good enough opportunities around. People do want to thankfully give me some varied choices to be a part of. So it's not like I'm not getting enough opportunities. That's not the reason. I realize it's payback time in terms of, it took me so many years to actually be able to be in this position where I can command things, where I can actually pick and choose. So many people spend decades and decades, they still don't have that power. Just because they didn't get the right opportunity at right time.
Right.
That's all. It's not because of the talent most of the time. It's just the right opportunity. I've been lucky enough to get the right opportunity right time. So I just wanted to pay back in that terms for people who I feel genuinely can be a part of the film and make a difference and shine out. Like, it's not about a debate of outsider and insider. I kept the name because I am an outsider, but doesn't mean it's only for the outsider. It's people who don't get the right opportunity at the right time, and probably miss out on so many years of their life and become bitter later on. I don't want that.
Good you cleared that, because the name is such a statement itself. Good you cleared that.
No, that's because me and Pranjal do come from an outsider background, and hence I don't want it to be looked upon as something that is in any way child of a lesser god.
Right. True.
There's a sense of humor about it also.
Yeah.
The view is the best from outside, Gulshan.
Do you have a contrast view, since you're opposite to each other? She's saying she wants to get into production because it's not about her as an actor. If you get into production, do you have a counter view, or you think you agree with her this year?
I wouldn't get into production. Never thought about it. It never excited me, never interested me. And then, it's a risky business, being an actor. Acting is easy. Once you figure out a few things, acting is easy. But the life of an actor can be, that's the difficult thing, and that's where we lack training, how to live that life. And then you figure out as you go along, you learn from other people's mistakes and from observing other things by talking to people, and also through introspection. So I never had this thing, maybe I'll direct something someday. I feel that I could do that, but I don't think I would want to be a producer at all. But I'd totally understand why certain people, unlike her, would become producers in order to protect, certain image that they have, because they put in a lot of work to sort of get there. And if they want to protect themselves and say that, okay, I'm just going to do certain kinds of films and I'll empower myself by being a producer, and even if it's a monetary thing also, it's fine. I have never thought about it. I don't have any natural inclination. I don't think I'll ever be a producer.
Well done with this one, and genuinely enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you.
Lovely sweater.
Thank you, Rohit.
Love your sweater.
Thank you so much.